is Local 4 News This Morning.
Good morning, everybody, on this Thursday morning. I'm Richard Terry.
And I'm Alexandria Ikomoni. Thanks for watching Local 4 News This Morning. The city of Davenport is now sending a new flood plan to FEMA. It has more than a dozen new action items. City council members just approved it, and it's this morning's top story.
City staff says the new strategy tries to reduce the risk of flooding. It includes dike improvements on Black Hawk and Walnut Creeks, as well as grants to help property owners flood-proof their buildings. City officials say putting the plan together doesn't mean it can't be changed later. It just makes it possible to apply for certain grants.
It's been a year since 2-year-old Hawk Newberry drowned at Schwiebert Park, and now his family celebrates his life. They went back to the park, wore yellow t-shirts, and handed out water safety flyers. Hawk's mother made water watcher badges that read, "Watch them like a hawk." His parents say the night was about remembering Hawk and keeping other kids safe.
It's definitely nice being down here and seeing everybody come and join us, so for sure I'm feeling him.
I miss my son, and that's what it comes down to, and I just want to, try to prevent it from happening to anybody else's family.
Now, the family sold food, drinks, and shirts to raise money for printing more flyers. We have information about how you can donate at ourquadcities.com.
Investing in the future of the city, property owners in Bettendorf are putting more money into its downtown. They'll pay more taxes each year, with that money going right back to them. Downtown taxpayers with property valued at $100,000 voted to pay $275 more each year. A board made up of the property owners will decide on how to spend it. One of the organizers says it's vital to bring that money back into their city.
We want to make sure that we're a vibrant urban core that people want to live in, people want to come shop in, people want to walk along our river on, people want to do business in, people want to come down here and work. Just the whole gamut of things is what's going to make this downtown successful.
The tax increase is expected to bring in $150,000 in its first year. That's going to be combined with another $150,000 from the city and the Isle Casino. The dog days of summer are officially here, but so are some of the best races of the year, including the Big 7.
And performing well includes both fitness and being able to handle this extreme heat. And this heat could actually be dangerous for them. That's why first responders are now getting ready in case of an emergency. Local 4's Andrea Medina joined us live in the studio. Good morning, Andrea. How are they preparing for this race?
Good morning, guys. It's the biggest and busiest event they have all year. 15,000 people are signed up to run the Big 7 on Saturday, and for every 700 runners, there'll be a minimum of 1 ambulance on standby. In preparation for it, 40-plus paramedics and EMTs will be in ambulances and on bikes. Medic EMS will have 16 of their own ambulances on the course and around Davenport, and they'll also bring in 4 more from surrounding cities. The Medic EMS fleet manager tells me they can't take their chances on having a shortage problem. It's all hands on deck for the Big 7.
It's definitely something that we plan for a disaster. Even if nothing happens, we're basically we're prepared and ready to respond when the need arises.
Pestman says the temperature has a direct impact on how many people will need medical help. Less than a dozen people needed serious assistance last year, while 100 runners went to the medical tent in 2011, and 38 of them went to the hospital. So he's hoping the weather cooperates on Saturday. Guys.
Andrea, thank you. We also know you're going out there as well, so definitely be safe. And new this morning, our community spotlight continues to shine light on Maquoketa, Iowa.
Yeah, the Farmers Creek Antiques and Wine Cellar is a hot spot there. It contains some rich Maquoketa history within its walls. Local 4's Nakayama reports what sets the wine cellar apart.
When you step into Mac's Wine Cellar in the Farmers Creek Antique Shop, it's like stepping back into the 1800s.
It was built in 1874, so it is one of the older buildings here in town.
The wine cellar has attracted many in the neighborhood with its Iowan wines, beer, and food. And completely by accident, owner Sue Mayberry found that back in the day, this very building was also a buzzing spot.
During the renovation, that is when we found some paperwork and stuff in one of the chimney cleanouts that made us realize that it used to be a cigar shop.
According to Mayberry, the cigar shop was one that ran on success, selling about 100,000 cigars a week.
They were jobbers, so they did sell other cigars, but then they also sold what was called, and they manufactured the Maquoketa cigar.
And with all that success, Mayberry is making sure the memory of the 2 businessmen aren't forgotten.
Kind of to pay tribute to them, we have their portraits on the back in a mural.
The self-proclaimed history enthusiast has restored history all over her store, with old family portraits to a restored ceiling. And in the cellar, she kept the limestone walls and other trinkets. So whether it's the history or the wine, Farmers Creek Wine Cellar has become a hub in this tiny town.
It's just a really good place for people to come and have a good time.
In Maquoketa, Yukari Nakayama, Local 4 News.
And tonight, a food wagon that's been part of the Jackson County Fair and has become a family tradition, what it means for that family. And we'll wrap up our week in Jackson County on Friday at the Jackson County Fair. We'll be there live during our 5 and 6 o'clock p.m. newscast. Lots to see up there in Jackson County. It's been a fun week so far, and it's going to be fun to wrap it all up there Friday at the fair.
Oh, for sure. If people are going to be out there, I feel it's going to be a nice, warm day for them. I know these past few days you've had have been pretty great, but Ash, temperatures are going to heat back up for that fair. What do you say?
Oh, yeah, they're getting up there for sure. It's not been too bad, though, especially compared to some previous one.
Oh, yeah.
No, especially the humidity. I think that's been the biggest thing. The humidity stayed nice and low, so even if it's hot outside, at least it's not oppressive. Here this morning, it feels relatively mild. We do have plenty of sunshine expected here today. That will warm us right back up into the upper 80s, so we're right back in it, but overall not terrible. So 67 right now in Moline, 65 in Davenport. Winds out of the south now at 8 miles per hour. So we talked about it yesterday. That wind is changing, and as it changes, now it's starting to bring up that warmer, slightly more humid air. So we're going to incrementally increase heat and humidity all the way into the weekend. 63 in Aledo and Galena here today, 62 in Clinton, and 60 in Galesburg. Satellite radar pretty much free and clear, but we will see a few more clouds today than we've seen recently. A little bit of cloud cover going to build in here by the afternoon into evening, so it'll probably be partly cloudy by the time we get to that evening commute time. Temperature-wise, though, peaking right around the mid to upper 80s. So 87 or so for the metro area. Again, plenty of sunshine, pretty close to average. Tonight, pretty close to average as well. Humidity still not bad today, but it is going up here this weekend ahead of some storms on the way by early next week.
Yeah, we've really had, I think that's why these days have been so good recently, is because we've really had such a break on that humidity. It was nice. It was nice while it lasted.
It was, and it's not going to be nearly as bad as last week, but yeah, it's going up. So.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah,
it's July.
Get the fan ready.
Oh, here we go. See, look. Here we go. She's back at it.
Where's fall?
Thanks. Coming up, consuming caffeine while pregnant. How a new study says it can harm your baby.
The time now is 5:08. Your top health stories are right after the break.
You're watching Local 4 News this morning.
WHBF is local for you with Frederick Terry, Alexandria Ikomoni, and meteorologist Ash Simpson. This is Local 4 News this morning in high definition.